Welcome to Munger Vision on PEGTV, Channel 15 Sports. You're looking at Mill River, the number 2 seed in the Division II playoffs. That's Jessica McDonald on the mound, number 21, with her back to you. Actually, she's in the circle. And they'll be taking on the Randolph Galloping Ghosts, coming in the 7th seed. They defeated Union 32 in their playdown game. This is the quarterfinal action, and you're looking at Katie Chickling, and Chickling will be the leadoff batter, and they'll be outside for a ball. The game was supposed to be a 3 o'clock start time. Because of a thunder shower that passed overhead, it's now 4:14 on the first pitch, and the skies surrounding Mill River Union High School's field are all threatening. 1-1 the count. This is going to be a very difficult 2 versus 7 matchup. I was watching Randolph warm up out there, and they were solid at the outfield position, strong arms. Everybody tracked the ball well. They looked solid on that left side of the field, the third baseman and shortstop, and their catcher looked good out there. Didn't see the pitcher get to warm up. But we already know about Mill River. Pitching first, defense second, and that's going to be up the middle. Catcher will make the scoop to throw, and there's one down. So the road to Poultney this year, where the championship games are played, runs through North Clarendon, Vermont, the number 2 seed. 15-1 Mill River Minutemen. Now Ariel Connolly up, the shortstop for Randolph. Again, there's a pretty strong breeze blowing, and again, the skies. If you see lightning or hear thunder, the umpires will stop the game for 30 minutes between each sighting of lightning or sound of thunder. There is no mercy rule in the playoffs. If they get 4 innings in and then lightning calls the game, they have to start up at the next possible day. That's to Bennick, to first base. She's got a 5-3 ground out. McDonald has had a 16 strikeout game this year against Division I Rutland. She averages right around 8 strikeouts a game. Her best quality is that she's always around the plate, and her defense behind her for 99% of the year has been real solid behind her. So they'll let her, she'll put the ball in the play with her strike zone, and that is 1-2-3 inning. Catch him to Murray, and I didn't even get to set the defense, but after a half inning of play, it's scoreless. Is Morgan Stewart, a senior, one of 3 seniors on this squad for Randolph's Galloping Ghosts in the blue uniforms. And I'll tell you, I watched her warm-ups, and she had a good velocity and good accuracy, at least in her warm-up. She's a right-handed pitcher, obviously, and she's looking at Katie Ketchum. On the first swing of the game, she'll fly out to Chickling in center field. And this she's got the making of what could be a very quick 7 innings, maybe a little extra today. If they can get done, the defenses look like they're going to match up well. The pitchers look like they could match up well. Mill River, again, pitching first, defense second. And they've generated just enough offense when they needed it to get the job done. And that's deep, 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 deep. And Rodenis is going to roll it for a double to the wall. And she'll tag up. And Chelsea Rodenis got that. Well, it's a good pitch. It was low, and she went down and got it. She will have the game's first hit. It's an extra base hit, and she will end up at second base with 1 down. Not that you'll see it here, but Mill River utilizes small ball very well, but they've also got some big swingers. Murray, Rao, and Ketchum come to mind right off the bat as far as people who like to put the hammer down. This is senior Chrissy Murray. Like I said, 3 seniors on the Galloping Ghost lineup, and when they come back to the plate, I'll get to that. And just 2 seniors for Mill River, Ketchum and Murray. And Murray with a good eye. That pitch was high. You can see the catcher. Actually, let me get this down here. The defense actually chases behind the dish. Morgan Stewart's the pitcher. Amanda Gerstenmeyer is at first base. Kelsey Higgins is at second. And that's going to be out play on a foul ball. Ariel Connolly is at shortstop. Emily Howes in the third base position. Left fielder is Gwen Rice. Katie Chickling is in center field, and Amanda Angel is your right fielder. Now there's the Galloping Ghost. Now it's going to be up the middle. It's going to be stopped by the second baseman. The throw will have her, and you can see the runner did get over to third base. For Dennis at third, but 2 down now. But Mill River right where they really want to be here. Runner at third, and Nikki Rao up. So Rao, the catcher, the dancing catcher, she had her dance recital. That's how, I was wondering with her dance recital during that whole thing, why she has such good catching skills, good footwork. And that would only go hand in hand with her dancing recital, or dancing lessons, whatever you call them. And she'll take ball 1. Again, she is a good hitter. She's had a couple home runs this year, legitimate home runs. And she's got the game's first run sitting down at third base, or the potential first run down at third base. And I'll tell you, all that dancing around at third base by Rodenis, and then when she was at second, she moved around at second a lot. That's got the catcher, Ashley Chase, very preoccupied with her. And that's going to be toward third base, picked up, fired over, got it. So they'll strand a scoring opportunity, and we'll end up 0-0 going into the second inning of play. McDonald's final warm-up pitch. As we head to the top of the second, I will take just this time right here because I didn't get to do it in the first inning. And I'll tell you who's out there defensively. Obviously, Jessica McDonald, the junior's in the circle, the pitcher, and behind the plate is Nikki Rao. She's a junior also. Chrissy Murray is senior at first base. Chelsea Rodenis is at second. Senior Katie Ketchum's at short. Brandy Bennick is at third. And at the plate batting is Amanda Gerstenmeyer, the first baseman. And they're going to peel it, and they'll say she held up on her swing. It was a 1-2-3 first inning, all ground balls. McDonald has this uncanny knack. There's a great pitch, 1-1 to count. That she pitches well all the time, but when it's a higher stakes game, she pitches outstanding. The outfield looks like this. Caleb Plouffe is in right field. Amanda Chambers is in center. And Desiree Gray gets a start in left field. And that's going to be foul. And the pace that you can see McDonald catch and fire at, that's how she pitches. She doesn't waste a lot of time between pitches, whether she's in a jam or whether she's just cruising along in a no-hitter or whatever. She catches and fires. She builds up a real nice rhythm. And she's done that since the first time I've seen her play as a freshman. She's been a starter on varsity in the circle since her freshman year. And I said the key to it is she's always going to not hurt you with walks or hit batters. She averages just 1 walk a game, and oh boy, she wanted that one, and that was close. And they're looking for the count, and I believe it's a full count. And that's going to be stung to center field, and base hit. The first hit of the game will come for Gerstenmeyer, and she'll be down. And there was no doubt about it. She stung that ball. Yeah, you see McDonald, one of those great leaders out there that takes control on the infield, tells her team, settle down. This is what we're going to do. So Gwen Rice up the left fielder, Rao behind the plate with a very decent throwing arm, very good throwing arm. And we'll see if the galloping ghosts want to gallop today on the base pass and try to be aggressive in a running game. That's going to be Bennick. Oh, nobody covered the bag. Nice backup by Chambers. And first and second. And what happened there was Bennick went through a beautiful ball to the bag. Nobody covered the bag. So first and second, Heather Mugford, the DP, she's hitting for the right fielder today. So McDonald also, one of those clever power pitchers with real confidence in her stuff, where she can get in a situation like this, and they'll get the out. That's the second out, but that moves runners up to, actually that's the first out, excuse me, that'll move runners up to second and third. Starting to say McDonald, though, kind of person that can get the key strikeout when she needs it. So Morgan Stewart, the pitcher, up now, and yeah, Mill River knows the importance of the road team getting on top first and building up that momentum. And you could see by the first inning, Morgan Stewart, pitcher for the Galloping Ghost from Randolph, that this could be a very low-scoring affair. Now, Mill River's only loss came to Otter Valley to Taryn Foster, 1-0 right here. And she wanted to small ball it over, and that's a strike. But what I don't know if I finished my thought or not, but like Foster, McDonald can generate a strikeout in a key situation and take, get the out without the runners being able to advance. With the K, she's got an 0-1 count right now, and that's a great bunt foul. See how smart Rao was. The minute it went foul, she snatched it up and showed it to the umpire. So 0-2 doesn't mean they're going to take the bunt off. I mean, the odds are they will, but we'll see what they're going to do. Your big pitch coming up, as we're at the number 7 hitter in the order. That's going to come back to McDonald. She'll look the runner back to third. They'll throw to first. They're going to come home, and there's this game's first run. 1-0 for the 7th seeded Galloping Ghost. 2 down, though, but again, in playoff softball, you don't see usually tons and tons of runs. And McDonald did the right thing there. She looked the runner back to third through to first, and then just too much speed down there by Gerstenmeyer. Now Higgins up, Kelsey Higgins. And she'll put that in the air to Chambers, and Mill River is going to head into the dugout for the bottom of the second, down 1-0 to Randolph. 5-hitter in Mill River's lineups, the pitcher Jessica McDonald. Mill River down 1-0, and that's hit deep, 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 and that's going to roll to the fence. McDonald's going to have a stand-up double, so she'll lead things off with a double, and that was hit a ton, as you could see it up close on Munger Vision on PEGTV. So that is 2 doubles now in this ballgame for Mill River. They both came, well, this one's coming with nobody down. They're going to have a courtesy runner now come in for McDonald. You can see the exchange there. And that's going to be Deanna Pinkowski coming in, so the speedy Pinkowski in there for Mill River. Now up to bat will be Andrea Chambers. Now if you want a small ball and get the runner over to third base on the bunt, that's only 1 out, and that gives you a chance if you want a small ball with a runner at third after. I'm not saying that's what's going to happen, but this is a leadoff double with nobody out, and that's going to be inside for a ball. And Pinkowski will go back and tag up at first base. So both doubles were crammed off good pitch, low pitches. They went down and got them. And that's going to be foul ball, just out of the reach of a couple of the Randolph players. And just real quick again for you, the battery is Morgan Stewart and Ashley Chase for Randolph. They have a 1-0 lead. They have Gerstenmeyer at first base, Higgins at second, Connolly at short, Howe at third, Rice, Jickling, and Angel in the outfield. And that's the defensive alignment for the Ghost in the blue uniforms. Number 7 seed defeated Union 32 in their plate out, and boy, did she go up and chase that one. 2 strikes now on Chambers, and boy, you really, really want her to make contact. You're not looking, you'd love to see one hit over the fence for a home run, but what you really want is put the ball on the plate and put pressure on the defense. Nope, great job. That's a key strikeout right there. That changes the whole strategic thing now as far as small balling. 1 down, 1 on. Kayla Plouffe up. Now, she's been an outstanding fielder this year, but her hitting's really what I think has come along the most this year. She's starting to really make contact and been getting more hits as the season grew later, and that's a good eye right there of laying off the pitch. That was a rise ball by Stewart. Number 2, Mill River, 15-1. They defeated Otter Valley 1-0 up in Brandon and lost to Otter Valley here 1-0 in the game that basically mirrored each other. They just reversed roles of fortune. Mill River had 1 hit off Taryn Foster in the game at Brandon. It was a double by Katie Ketchum. Wild pitch got her to third, and then a ground ball got her home. And then actually the throw was dropped, and I really didn't know what the official score was on that. And that's put into play. That's going to be slow enough to get the runner to third, but 2 outs now. And Plouffe will be at third base, so for the 2nd inning in a row. Mill River will have a runner in scoring position. Now Desiree Gray up. And they're tight at the corners. I was looking down there at third base, and Emily Howe creeping in very close at the corner at third. And that's going to be put, a little number, to first. Got it. And they'll strand another runner in scoring position, and the Ghost will lead 1-0 going into the third. So McDonald's given up the 1 hit. She had a 1-2-3 first inning. Then she surrendered a leadoff single to Gerstenmeyer in the 2nd inning. An error put runners at first and second with nobody out. Then a sacrifice got the runners to second and third, and there's a strike called. And then a ground out to the pitcher who threw to first to get the out, and then the return home throw home didn't get the runner, and that's how they scored the run. Yeah, I don't think you're going to see a lot of scoring here today, and they're going to small ball it up. Picked up by Murray to throw, and nope. Safe. There she is right there. She just burned it down the line. Yeah, and they're going to come in top because, like I said, runs will be at a premium today, and Chase, that was Ashley Chase, the catcher. And also what they want to talk about is the last time there was a runner at first base, they want to go over the assignments of who's supposed to cover the bag, if it's hit the short or third, or if it's hit the third. You know, they want to know, when they throw to the second base bag this time, they want to know who's going to be there covering the bag. And again, Mill River made it to the semifinals last year, losing to Otter Valley, and this year they are the 2nd seed. They show small ball, and that's, yep, she was out because the ball was in fair play when she bunted it, and then she ran into the ball in fair play. So that is a great break for Mill River. 1 out, 1 on. Runner has to stay at first base. Top of the order, Katie Chickling up, and she grounded out to catch him at shortstop. But in the 3rd inning of a game that's just whipping along here, you can already see it's going to be the simplest things. You know, who's going to make the most mistakes is usually the one's going to lose. We've already seen Mill River commit a mistake in that 2nd inning to actually let that run come around and come in. I know there's a lot of ball game left, but playoffs, that's just fall. Mill River, I mean, in all honesty, they rely on their pitching, like all good teams do, and their defense is really solidified throughout the season. But it's been offense. They've had some big games, like against Woodstock and teams like that, but those are teams that are really, well, just to be blunt, not that good. But like I said, they only scored 1 run in 2 meetings against Otter Valley, and that's a ball just outside by a little bit. You know, and they defeated Rutland. I think that was 3-1. They defeated Hartford 2-0. So they've been living on the pitching and the defense and trying to create just enough offense. So against a team in the quarterfinals who's already won a playoff game, nope, they're gonna be safe. She would have been safe with the catch. She was already there. My opinion on that, not that anybody wants to know about it, I would go to first base and get the shore out. Not that it matters. But I would definitely, you know, that would have been the 2nd out at first base. Now you have 1 out and runners at 1st and 2nd. Ariel Connolly up, and she grounded out to 3rd base, her only time up. But again, Randolph Galloping Ghosts with a threat here in the 3rd. They scored 1 in the 2nd. And they're small balling it too. They're making Mill River make some decisions. And again, there's good team speed on, they get the out. Good team speed over there for Randolph, as you can tell. But when you small ball, you make the defense have to react quickly, make a quick decision, make the right out, you know, and execute. 1st and 3rd, Emily Howe up. She grounded out to catch him at short, her first time up, her only time up. And that's going to be to catch him. She'll fire to 1st, and nope. That's going to allow the run to come in. And I believe 2 runs came in on an error. So Mill River already has made more mistakes in this game. I'm looking for Chickling, and Coach Brusso going to come out and talk to her troops here as they're down. Yeah, I'm looking. There's only the runner at first base. So Chase came in. Chickling came in. And there's 2 down. But again, if you look back at the throw to 2nd, that was dropped, but also the runner was already there. And then the next play that ensued, they would have had their 3 outs already. Now they've extended the inning on an error on a throw to short. And I'll tell you, the road team unofficially had them as 3 runs. And again, my book always unofficial, but in the 3rd inning, the game only is going to go 7. You've already seen that Mill River's had problem bringing runners around. Oh, I know what I did. Okay, I'm looking at this young lady, and it's Gwen Rice up. The flex player threw me off. And that's going to be ripped down in fair territory. They're going to go to 3rd base. Safe. I'll tell you what, that was ripped out there by Rice, and Mill River looking a little bit baffled right now. Kind of like me trying to do the book. So Mugford should be up. Yeah, they had a flex player and a DP, and I went all the way down through the column. And what they're doing right now is fixing 3rd base. The bag popped up and off, but been a big inning so far. 2 runs in, 3-0, runners at 2nd and 3rd. Mugford up, laid down a beautiful sacrifice bunter first time up. And there's a strike called. McDonald usually doesn't show on the outside that she's rattled. Doesn't mean she isn't, but she's usually got that cool demeanor, at least on the outside. And they're going to go to first base and get the out. But the damage done, 3-0, 2 runs this inning, but it'll be 3-0 Randolph with the lead over Mill River. So on the bottom of the third, you're looking at Brandy Bennick, the third baseman up. And something Mill River has really stayed away from this year was mistakes in the field, but they've already got 3 unofficial errors today, and they trail unofficially. I have 3-0. I'm not sure of that score, though. That'll be inside for a ball. They're at the bottom of the order, then Ketchum and Rudenis on deck. A lot of times, though, you look at these matchups, and boy, I tell you, this Randolph team who defeated Union 32 to get here certainly looks like they're much better than 7th seed. Saw that in the boys varsity baseball Division I. Brattleboro got a 12th seed and defeated MSJ in the playoffs in 8 innings, but they certainly, I'd seen Brattleboro 3 times this year, certainly were not a 12th seed. And Randolph right here looking like a much better, it's a tough job to be 15-1. And this is a team you drew in your first playoff game. It's going to be a tough order here today, down 3 runs, and confidence shaken, and that's lofted in the outfield and caught for the first out. Amanda Angel will make the catch. And now on top of the order, Ketchum up, who flied out to center field. With Dennis on deck and Ketchum against Morgan Stewart. One after that first pitch, it was high, and she'll foul it off for a strike. Mill River was in some tight ball games this year, both Springfield games. Said the Hartford game was close, and actually the Rutland game was close. That's fouled off the fist for strike 2. The Otter Valley games were all tight. So, I mean, it's not like they've been punch drunk here in TKO. They're just got to kind of settle things down and not do any more damage to themselves. Now stayed outside, left her hand funny, and it stayed outside for a ball. This is quarterfinal action. Winner moves on to the semifinals. If it's Mill River, it'll be here on their home field. And actually, there is a chance that Randolph could host too if Otter Valley gets upset. The Otter Valley game in their quarterfinal, taking on the 11th seeded team. Funny how the seeds work out. Seriously, Virgins, who is nowhere near as good as the team we're looking at right here from Randolph. Virgins lost to Otter Valley in the playdown game. Now Otter Valley draws the 11th seeded team, I believe. And Mill River got a bye in the first round, but now they're taking on a very good 7th seeded team. So in the playoffs, it's really just up for grabs. It's little breaks here and there's going to be a second out. Mill River with 2 extra base hits in the ballgame. Redenis coming up now had a double, and so did McDonald. And there's 2 out, nobody on, as Morgan Stewart, number 6, with her back here, the pitcher for Randolph, just kind of cruising along here. Like I said, she's had good velocity, good location, and on 1-2-3 inning, caught her there at third base, and it's going to be 3-0 going into the 4th, Randolph. Boy, now to add to the Mill River woes, down 3-0, I confirmed that with the right fielder for Mill River. It's raining, and raining very hard right now, which means it's going to be harder to cut the balls off in the grass outfield if it skids through the gap. It's going to be harder for the pitcher to hold the ball. It's going to be harder for the infielders to throw across the diamond. And it's going to be a ball. So far, though, I haven't heard any lightning. Now, this should be the pitcher, Morgan Stewart, up, and it looks like it is. Now, I lost my place in the book because they had 10 people in the lineup. They had a flex and a DP both, which is not their fault. It's just the way I keep the book, run the camera, and commentate the game. McDonald cruised through that first inning, had 3 ground ball outs, gave up a single in the second, then an error followed that, then a sacrifice bunt, a ground out, and that produced the game's first run. Then in that third inning, she went through a lot of pitches. There's a strike there, full count now. There is a bunt single, an error. Another small ball, got a sacrifice bunt, then another error. Yeah, and there's a walk. So that'll be the first walk issued. And Stewart will go down to first base, see if she will get the courtesy runner brought in for her. And I think are going to bring the courtesy runner in now. So in the fourth inning, I'm just trying to count up here. They got it on one. This is the third consecutive inning that the leadoff batter has reached base for the 7th seeded Randolph Galloping Ghost. I don't know, there's just a strange feel here today, from the weather to the delay to the errors to the quietness in the Mill River fan base to the quietness on the field by Mill River. And again, there's small ball. And I don't think you see that used enough actually in softball, at least around this area. I mean, there are some teams that lay it down to get themselves started, but Randolph's using it exclusively all through the game here. And now Ashley Chase up. And so Chase with one out, one on. Runner at second base, and there goes runner as a contact play. They're going to throw down and got her. Oh, what a nice recovery by Ketchum. The reason that Bennick wasn't there, she was in on the hard for the bunt charging, and Ketchum got her there and made the beautiful throw by Rao to a moving target, which was Ketchum, and a great catch by Ketchum. And then she slid down and made the tag. So now there's 2 outs, nobody on base, and Ashley Chase. Doesn't mean they'll take the bunt off, but right there, it's really not the runner's fault. That was a contact play, and she didn't get the bat on the ball, and that kind of leaves the runner hanging out there naked. And they got her on a great play, throwing to a spot, and Ketchum getting over there, making the grab, and Plouffe will come and make the catch. So no runs that inning. They'll stay 3-0 Randolph going into the bottom of the 4th. Morgan Stewart, number 6 in the blue uniform, the pitcher for Randolph. She's going to be looking at number 3 hitter Murray, number 4 hitter Rao, and then McDonald at number 5. Mill River stranded Redenis at second base in the first inning, stranded McDonald at third base in the second, and then they went down 1-2-3 in the third. We're at the midway point of this quarterfinal playoff game. And the number 7 seed visitors, the Galloping Ghosts from Randolph, with the lead, a run in the second and 2 runs in the third. Again, their pitcher's done a nice job of, she gave up a couple of hits, but she's done a nice job of letting her defense make some plays. And there's a catch for the first out. You know, and that's what you want. If you don't have a Danielle Hendy or an Angela McGaugh or even a Foster who can rack up the strikeouts, you just want to make sure you're not going to hurt yourself with walks or hit batters or wild pitches, and let your defense do the job. Now Nikki Raup, she grounded out to the third baseman, Emily Howe. But again, this game just flying along in Mill River. The number 2 seed in a little bit of trouble right now on her home turf. That's her strike called. And the rain has stopped now. It's a very sudden burst of rain, and it's going to last about a half an inning. And that's going to be the third great grab at third by Howe. See, that's good defense. There's 2 down now. That was a sharply hit ball. And again, the longer you stay in the lead, especially for the lower seed, the more your confidence, you just start making plays routinely that you usually wouldn't make routine plays on, and things get moving for you. You put doubt in the home team's head that they're not going to get the job done, and McDonald went up the ladder and chased it, and it's going to be strike 1. The outfield, after that double by McDonald, does back up an additional 4 or 5 steps. That's going to be back to the pitcher. She'll flip the first. That's the inning, a 1-2-3 inning for Randolph. Defensive change for Mill River here. They brought in a new left fielder. Deanna Pinkowski's now playing left field. Top of the order, Katie Jickling up. And I'll tell you, if you just looked at the 2 sides, you know, the Randolph fans are on the first base side and River's on the third base side, you can tell who's ahead and who's worried right now, and it's going to be a strike called as Jickling went to bunt and didn't pull the bat back. It actually might have been a strike anyways, but there'll be a strike regardless. Bennick is at third base, Murray at first for Dennis at second, Ketchum at short. We're all behind the plate, McDonald in the circle. I already mentioned Pinkowski now out there. That's going to be a foul ball. in left field. Center fielder's Chambers, and Plouffe stays in right field. But just 9 outs left right now in Mill River's season, and they've got to really put some stops on here defensively. They've given up 3 runs, and against a pitcher like Morgan Stewart, 3 runs are going to be hard to come by to catch back up. Winner moves on to the semifinals. And again, if Mill River can rally here, it will be on their home field. That's up the middle, knocked down by McDonald. She's got time, throws it to first, gets the out. So they'll, for the first time in 3 innings, eliminate the leadoff batter, not allow him to get on base. Now Ariel Connolly up, as they're at the 1-2-3 spot in their order. So Connolly will step in, and McDonald will deliver the pitch. And that's going to come over to Bennett. She'll scoop, she'll fire, and she'll get the out. Again, though, you can see the speed going down the line. That was just by 1 stride that they threw her out. So 2 down now for McDonald, and she's looking for her second 1-2-3 inning. The only other time was back in the first inning. Now Emily Howe up, one of the 3 seniors on this Randolph squad. And that's crunched. That's crunched. That's going to roll to the fence, and we'll pick the runner up going to second, to third, and yeah, they're going to hold the ball up. And a triple by Howe to center field, and it was crushed. It actually had a chance. And it's a very good play by Mill River to Chambers to get the ball and get it in play, and allow her to score. Now Gerstenmeyer up. So Amanda Gerstenmeyer with a run down at third base with 2 outs. See if they can capitalize on it and pick up another run here. They lead 3-0, and they're going to small ball it. Picked up by Bennick, and just did get him. And a much needed play there by Bennick at third base will keep the score at 3-0 as we go into the bottom of the 5th. Randolph with the lead. Tell you, there's some nasty clouds coming in behind me, and I thought I heard thunder. The umpire didn't stop the game, but that's popped up. That's on the infield. That's the pitcher, Morgan Stewart, and that's going to be just barely caught for the out. 1 pitch, 1 down, and should retire the leadoff hitter. And again, any thunder or lightning, they stop the game for obvious reasons, for the players' safety. And if they can't resume the game today, then Randolph has to come back, whether it's tomorrow or the next day, I don't know. But Plouffe up now, and if anybody praying for the weather to hold out, it's Randolph. They're up 3 runs and have all the momentum going their way. They have had 2 1-2-3 innings in a row defensively. Plouffe grounded out to the second baseman, Higgins. This is her second look at Stewart. But now I'm looking behind me. There's a strike called, and there are some awful dark storm clouds coming in from behind me. I couldn't tell you north, south, east, or west, but I can tell you behind me. And the breeze has picked up a lot too. Wow. That's a tough pitch to take. With 2 strikes, she'll get the benefit of the doubt and it'll be called a ball. Pinkowski should be on deck. And again, she's tickling the plate but not getting the corners called. So Plouffe will step up there with 1 down, nobody on. 3-0 Randolph in his quarterfinal game. And that's going to be out of play. Tell you what, Morgan Stewart, like her counterpart, catching and firing, not wasting a lot of time between pitches. She's built up a nice rhythm. She's good and loose. She's hitting the spots. She's in the strike zone. Her defense is rock solid behind her, and she's got a strikeout. Her second strikeout of the game. She struck Chambers out back in the second. Now it should be Pinkowski batting for the first time. She came in, remember, to replace Desiree Gray, so this is her first look at Morgan Stewart. Boy, that rise ball got him chasing it, and she's got some heat on it too. 0-1 count as that snapped in there. And then she went outside and got a swing there, 0-2. And if she can pull it off, this would be her third 1-2-3 inning in a row. It'll also be the 12th in a row she would have retired. Because if you go back to the double in the second by McDonald. She retired the next 3, so it's 3, 6, 9. This would be 12 in a row for her. And she's got it done. 2 strikeouts this inning, 3 for the game. 12 retired in a row. 3-0 Randolph. We're getting late in the ball game. Mill River down 3 as we go to the top of the 6th. You're looking at Gwen Rice up for Randolph in the blue uniforms, and boy, they have been small balling away and getting on base, making Mill River make mistakes defensively. And McDonald, without a strikeout in the game, she's only issued 1 walk. But it's the 3 errors behind her that really actually have led to all 3 runs. And that's going to be off from the glove of Ketchum, and that'll be a base hit. Great effort by Ketchum, the senior, and the leadoff batter on for the 4th time in 6 innings. Now this is where they can really, is Heather Mugford up. And this is where the tendency has been from Randolph team. It's just been to start small balling right here. Bunt, bunt, bunt. And then they've gotten what they wanted out of it. Runner's going down, and yeah, she was safe. That's a good call. That's a great call. The tag was up around the shoulder area, and she clearly slid into the bag underneath the tag. Now it becomes even more imperative not to make the 4th error of the game here. If they, they're going to small ball her. She's got a runner at third base and Gwen Rice. Nobody out now. And Mugford to be followed by Stewart, then Higgins. Mugford is the DP in the game. That's foul, yeah. And McDonald would like nothing better than to register her first strikeout of the game right here. Again, just everything feels off right now as far as the Minutemen. I've done all but one of their home games this year, and it's only the MAU game because it started at 1 in the afternoon that I couldn't do it. Yeah, and she went after it, and that's a big out. And that is definitely Thunder. And you see the I can see the umpires looking around. They're looking. They're not calling yet. Because I asked them specifically before the game during all the practicing, is it just the sight of lightning or is it thunder? And they said thunder or lightning. Morgan Stewart up because it's automatically a half-hour wait between. This is Ketchum. She's got to make a good throw to get the second out. She will. Runner will go to third base. They wisely don't gamble and try to get her out and throw the ball around. But 2 down now as Ketchum will get that 6-3 ground out. It's Ketchum to Murray, the only 2 seniors on the squad. Now Kelsey Higgins up. Yeah, so Higgins trying to get another run in here with 2 down. And she didn't small ball there. She showed like she's going to swing away, and that'll be a strike. We're in the top of the 6th quarterfinal playoff game. Randolph in the blue with a lead 3-0. Mill River number 2 seed out there in their red uniforms. We've had an hour and 15-minute delay because of a thunder shower before the game was supposed to be a 3 o'clock start. It started at 4:14 instead, and it's threatening now, and Randolph is threatening to come out here with the first upset of the postseason, and it'd be a big one to take out the number 2 Mill River squad. Having a dream year right now. 2 outs, 1 on, couldn't get her to chase. But the game just flying along. The pitcher, Morgan Stewart, for Randolph has retired 12 in a row. And can't get the call there. It fell in below the knee for a ball. So she tried to get her to go outside, and she tried to get her to go fishing, and she couldn't get her either time. I believe it's a 2-2 count, and McDonald will let it go. And that's going to be foul ball. Rao got out there and made sure it didn't roll back into fair territory. And that's definitely a 2-2 count now to Kelsey Higgins. That's foul ball, and that's right off the ankle area. That hurts. Now I'm trying to think of how many times Mill River trailed this year. I remember obviously they trailed in the 1-0 loss to Otter Valley. And same deal, fouled it off herself, and we stay at 2-2. Each team was held scoreless in the first inning, and then Randolph got a run with the aid of an error in the second inning. Then with the aid of 2 errors, they got 2 runs in the third, and that's been it. Mill River's All goose eggs. They've had a couple extra base hits, but just can't get the big hit. That's going to come back to McDonald. She's got time. She'll bobble, fire, get it. So Randolph this time will strand a runner at third base, but we'll go to the bottom of the 6th. 3-0 Randolph over Mill River. So Brandy Bennicup, she flied out to right field, then top of the order. We're in the bottom of the 6th. Pressure on Mill River. They're down 3-0. And it's a single elimination tournament. They would be done for the year, and also trying to beat the storm clouds racing toward Mill River. And that'll be a ball. Again, we're in the 6th, and this is only the 2nd time up for Bennick. It shows you how effective that not only the pitching of Morgan Stewart has been, who's got 3 strikeouts, no walks, and allowed 2 hits, but she's retired the last 12 in a row. So that goes to 3 balls, no strikes. You got to imagine that Bennick will be taking all the way. Catch him on deck, then Redenis up. As Stewart, like I said, has not hurt herself at all. She's put the ball in the strike zone when the balls had contact made from the bats. Her defense has been rock solid, and there's going to be the first walk issued of the ball game by Randolph's pitcher, Morgan Stewart. Bennick at first, catch him up. Catch him slide out to center, and then ground it out to the second baseman, Kelsey Higgins. Well, I'll tell you what, bottom of the 6th, you're running thin on time. If they're going to get it going, I guess this is a great time to do it. And they've got her in a pickle play, and oh, she should have continued on. I'm not sure what happened there. I don't believe this was by design, because you're taking the bat out of that Bennick. I'm not even trying to score this. It seemed that she almost, that's going to be safe. She all that running around, and she's out. You know what happened? She was off the bag because she was injured, and they tagged her, and she was out. Now, I'm not sure if it's a shoulder or what, but boy, that would be a big loss defensively for her. No, she's going to be okay. But she would have been safe, other than she didn't have contact with the bag, and very alertly, Randolph picked up the ball and tagged her. And now we're going to have the umpires with a discussion. I have no idea over what. There's a million things we could actually be talking about. But again, that's just not what Mill River's done this year. They've made so many mistakes in the field, and now a base running mistake, mental mistake. Yeah, I don't know how to speculate. I don't know what they were talking about. The out goes, so nobody on base now, 1 out in a 6, and catch him up. But originally it looked like when they first threw down to first, if Bennett continues to go to second, I believe she's there relatively easy. She got indecisive and then got in that rundown, and that was about it. And that's going to be picked up, and I would say she's safe. I'm trying to find the umpire, so catch him safe. How big is the play now? They would have first and second with nobody down. Now they have Ketchum at first with 1 out and Redenis up. She had a double her first time up, then she ended up getting stranded in scoring position in the first, and then she popped out to the third baseman over there, which was Emily Howe. And there goes Ketchum, and the throw is going to be out into center field, backed up, and Ketchum is going to be safe. If the throw's on line to Howe, they might have had her, but Ketchum gambled and got it. This throw sailed on Ashley Chase, the catcher for Randolph. And Mill River's been in this boat before, runners in scoring position. They just can't get the timely hit. Now, there is 1 out, or I'd say, the small ball's always a possibility, a bunt. It's just if you bunt here, you're giving up the 2nd out. And everybody moving around down at third base. And yeah, last thing you need to do is get picked off. I know she's trying to force the defense into a mistake and also distract them now and throw off the rhythm of the pitcher, Stewart. And Redenis would love to deliver another big hit like she had in the first inning. She'll pull it foul down third baseline for a strike. Again, bottom of the 6th, scheduled for 7. No mercy rules. Obviously, it's not even going to come into play today. Just trying to tell you, playoffs work a little different. Got her. Beautiful pitch. Yeah. And catcher wants to get in the pickle because, yep. Yeah, so 2 down on a key strikeout. That becomes the 4th strikeout of the game, and it couldn't happen at a bigger time for Randolph. So again, they had a runner in scoring position with less than 2 down. Actually, they've had 2 base runners this inning. That's the inning. That's it. That's 3 outs. I don't think they realize that's 3 outs. Remember, Bennick is out. Redenis is out. That's 3 outs. No. Bennick was out at first base in the pickle. Then the strikeout. Unless they caught that ball. You know what it is? They caught that out of play. This time it will be the 3rd out. There you go. She was out of play when she caught it. So they'll strand for the 3rd time in the ball game. Mill River strands a runner in scoring position, and they're going to come up in the 7th, needing a big stop here as they're down 3-0 to Randolph. By the picture, but it's gotten pitch black. The rain coming down. The wind's picked up, quite gusting now. And Mill River needing to put the brakes on, not only the weather here, but also Ashley Chase, Kate Chickling, and Ariel Conley, as we're in the top of the 7th, and that's going to be put into play to catch him. She'll charge. She's fast, and she's out by just a toenail. She got her by a toenail. Mill River, though, just came out, and I don't want to say flat, but seemed tentative. Yeah, they had a 1-2-3 defensive inning in the first, came up, got a double from Redenis, couldn't get her around, had a double by McDonald the next inning, couldn't get her around, then they gave up the run, and then they gave up the 2 runs, and they've been kind of quiet ever since. That's going to be to catch him, and the senior will make the throw and get the out. And again, 15-1 Mill River. And they've got a tall task ahead of them as they are down by 3. And now Ariel Connolly up with 2 down, nobody on, and the rain and the wind taking over the field now. That pitch would be high for a ball. There was a stretch in the game where Morgan Stewart for Randolph retired 12 in a row. Actually, it could have been more. That's a strike call. Now the infield single broke that up. Yeah, she had 12 in a row retired. Her defense has just been phenomenal behind her, but not to take anything away, it's been Mill River mistakes that have really hurt Mill River. They'll come up to the bottom of the 7th. 3 outs left in their season, trailing by 3. Nikki Rao, Jessica McDonald, Andrea Chambers represent what could be the final 3 chances for Mill River, and it's going to be ball 1 from Stewart. The rain continuing to come down here at North Clarendon. And again, it was such a game of opposites. With the Mill River team we'd seen all season long that played very mistake-free. It's going to be a foul ball out of play. And they weren't very solid today. They just seemed tentative. They didn't seem confident from the get-go, and they've given up. Now, I'm not sure if they're all unearned runs, but the 3 errors in the game led eventually to the 3 runs coming in. But I'll tell you what, Randolph has come. They played great in the pitcher circle. They have played outstanding defense, and they have executed small ball the way it should be executed. Rao makes contact. That's going to be down to second from the knees, the throw, and she's going to have her. Again, just execution. 1 out. 2 more outs, and Randolph will pull off the big upset. Actually knocking off the number 2 seed on their home field, I think would be the biggest upset to this point in the tournament, as Linden's already advanced to the semifinals, and now Jessica McDonald up. She has doubled and then grounded out to the pitcher. And that's going to be a base hit for McDonald. So she'll keep hopes alive as she'll go down to first base. Again, just kind of epitomized the whole way things have gone today for Mill River. They had a runner on first base, and Bennick, she either missed a sign or they missed contact on the bunt. They're going to bring a courtesy runner in for McDonald. But then Bennick got in a rundown. Eventually it was going to be safe at first, knocked the ball free from the first baseman. Bennick was temporarily injured or stunned, was on the ground without touching the bag. They picked the loose ball up. Randolph didn't tag her out. So Chambers up. She has struck out and popped up to the pitcher. 1 out, 1 on, 2 outs away from going on to the semifinals is the Randolph Galloping Ghost. A very impressive looking club today, Randolph is. Came in the 7th seed. They defeated Union 32 to get to this point. Yeah, and they're just dancing around down there as they brought in Melanie Prouty to run for McDonald. But again, a couple doubles, and that's a risky play. I mean, she wasn't that far out the bag, and the ball's wet, and you don't want to open the door for a rally here with a ball being thrown into the outfield. Here's 1 out, and Stewart to the plate, swing and a miss. Chambers with Plouffe on deck, and Mill River 15-1, the number 2 seed. Linden defeated Bellows Falls 8-1 already. And contact, and a late start on the ball, and it's going to be caught for the 2nd out, and just missed the double play. 1 more out for the upset for Randolph. And Kayla Plouffe, she struck out and grounded out to second base. And again, I don't want to diminish the effort by Randolph today because it has been outstanding. They have definitely been the better club on the field today. But it's been the worst inopportune time for Mill River to play their worst game of the season. Just mental breakdowns on the bases, mental breakdowns in the field, and it's going to looking bad for him right now. A dream season going to be 1 out away from coming to a nightmare end right now. This could be the ball game, and called for, and there's the upset. They came from Randolph, the number 7 seed, and they defeated a 15-1 Mill River squad on their home turf. So Mill River season's over. It was a great effort all through the year by Mill River. Congratulations to the 2 seniors on Mill River, and good luck to Randolph throughout the rest of the playoff season.